Hi everyone, in today's video I'm doing a versus between the new Natasha Denona Glam palette and the Stone Cold Pots from Colourpop, and we're gonna be comparing them, seeing if they're really dupes, like this one is a dupe for this one. So without any further ado, let's get started. So a lot of people are saying that the Stone Cold Pots palette, which is this one, is very similar to the Natasha Denona Glam palette. But when I see them together, I really don't see that they are really that similar. They do have a lot of colors that look alike, but not necessarily I see like this one is the same as this one. Like you can see the Colourpop one has more of warm colors than the Natasha Denona. The Natasha Denona is a lot more cooler. And this one has a couple of warm colors along with the cool tones that is supposed to be all cool tones. But I guess that the combination that they wanted to get between the warm and the neutral or cool tones that they wanted to have like a complementary palette to the bare mineral ones, which if you have the bare mineral ones, it's all warm tones. So you barely have any neutrals or cool tones in that one. So if you have that and you have this Stone Cold palette, you're gonna have basically everything you need to create a look and to mix and match, you know, these two worlds together. But the Natasha Denona, I see it more for those type of looks that you want to create that are more glam, you know, those smoky moments that you want to do, which are super nice now that we're going into the last months of the years, and we tend to use those glam looks, and you want to look more done for these holiday parties and all that. So I see that this palette is more towards that. It has a lot of silvers and gray undertones, like browns with gray undertones. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys now like the swatches for both palettes. There's going to be a picture of like showing you the swatches for each palette next to each other, so you can see like the colors. There's going to be ones that are gonna look more similar because I really see that there's some shades that you can say they're comparable with each other. But that's it, like I don't see it's completely a dupe. But definitely both palettes have their own charm. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to create a look using the shades that I think they look like or they're comparable with each other. I'm not gonna make you guess like the other video that I did for Huda Beauty, that you guys had to guess which one was a dupe and which one was the original, because on that video it was a real dupe. Like that palette was actually duping the Huda Beauty's palette. But this one is not really a dupe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Natasha Denona here and Colourpop in this eye. And I'm gonna tell you which shades I'm using, and we're gonna try to do a look. I'm going to prime my lids, and I'm gonna be using the P. Louise primer, so I can do it the way I would do it with every single palette. I always prime my lids, and I've been using this P. Louise recently, and I've been loving it, so let's prime with that. I'm going to start with the Natasha Denona side, and I'm going to be taking the shade Crease from the first row. And let's see. I decided to do my eyes first because I don't know how much of a fallout I'm going to have with these palettes. This is a very deep kind of a gray color. Very nice for the crease and to create definition. So I like it a lot. So now I'm going to take from the Colourpop palette the shade Enigma, which I think would be the shade that looks like the Natasha Denona's. This one you can see is a little more softer than the Natasha Denona's one. And it doesn't have that deep gray undertone. So it's more of a softer gray than this deep gray from the Natasha Denona. But when you see them next to each other in the palette, they really look very similar. So yeah, you can see the difference. In this one, you can see that it's already very deep, and this one is a very soft color. But it's a beautiful color too. Next, I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to apply from the Natasha Denona the shade Lash Line from the second row. This is a very deep gray color. I would almost put it on the Colourpop side. And I'm gonna use that one to create a V here in the outer part, a V shape, because I wanna do like a shimmer in the middle. So I want to define the outer part of the crease like this. Natasha Denona's shades are always very pigmented, like her palettes are super pigmented, and you can create amazing looks with them. It's very effortless, like you don't have to do a lot, which I love. That's why I'm super obsessed with everything she creates, and I have a lot of her palettes because I enjoy her formulas a lot. So yeah, that's what I want to do. And I'm gonna get another small brush. I'm going to get the shade that's gonna be comparable with Natasha's, and is called Clastic from Colourpop. And I'm gonna do the same here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, let me clean the brush I was using because I think it's gonna be better for this. Let me take it again, much better. Yeah, Colourpop's is a little more softer, like all of the shades, I think they apply a little more into the soft type of finish. You can always build them up. That's great too, because I have a lot of Colourpop shadows, and I know they're easy to build. They don't give you like a straight, like right away, the payoff that you're looking for. You have to build them a little bit, but they're great formulas too. And this one, yes, is a little softer. This one, it is a little more into black than brown, and this one is a little bit more brown. And it has a softer finish, but it's there. Like the payoff is there. You just have to work it a little bit more. And this one gave me a little bit more of a fallout than this one. You can see this one, I have fallout, but it's not much. But this one, on the other hand, I have a lot of fallout. So that's something, if you care, because I don't care, but if you care, that's something to have in mind in case that you are the type of person that likes to do your skin first. Then you will have to protect this part of the eye so you don't get that much of a fallout. But yeah, they look very alike now that I applied that shade. So I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see. For this part, I'm going to do a shimmer. So I'm going to get from Natasha Denona, and the last row, the one that says outer eyelid. And let's apply here with this flat brush. It's just to intensify the outer part of the lid and give that smokiness that we always like. Let me take the brush that I had before. Let me just clean it. And with Lash Line and the shade that I had before, I'm going to blend the harsh lines here from the shimmer. So everything looks very seamless. Okay, with another flat brush, I'm going to get Sediment to Be from Colourpop, and I'm going to apply that one here. That would be almost like the same shimmer we use with Natasha Denona. This one I feel like is very spot on. If you guys see it there, are able to see it there. I don't see as much of a difference as the other shades that we were using before. What I think is this one is a little darker than Natasha Denona than the Colourpop. And the one from Colourpop, I feel like it has more of a green undertone than this one. This one I feel like is more of maybe a brownish undertone. But I don't know if on camera you're gonna get that. Okay, moving to the center of the lid. What I wanna do is I wanna try this center eyelid from the first row from Natasha Denona, and I'm going to apply here in the center of the lid, like the name of the shadow says. This shimmer has like a pink undertone and it's super cute, very nice. I'm not wetting the brush or anything, so the payoff you see is the payoff from the actual shimmer. Let me get the other one that I had before and just mix these two shades together, but it looks super cute, super nice. And using the same brush, I'm gonna clean it. I'm going to take the shade from Colourpop that I think looks the same and is called Hard Place. Let's do the same thing here. Yeah, they are very similar, but Colourpop's one is a little darker than Natasha Denona's. Natasha Denona's is a little more shimmery, and you can see how it really shines. When it hits the light, it shines a little bit more than the Colourpop's one, but they're very similar to each other anyways. And for the inner corners, or the inner part of the lid, I'm going to take the shade Inner Corner from Natasha Denona. Beautiful shade, amazing, very, very nice. I love it. Okay, super cute. And let me clean the brush, and with the same brush we're gonna get Baby Doll from Colourpop, which will be the similar shade and beautiful too. Yeah, Colourpop's ones are a little less shimmery, but they're gorgeous too. They're beautiful. Both palettes, I think they're gorgeous. Remember that Natasha Denona, I mean, you're paying a little bit more, so maybe the formula is going to be a little better. It should be a little better because you're paying more money for it than Colourpop's. But anyway, Colourpop's always create very quality of products. Like, I don't know why or how they do that, because their palettes are very inexpensive and the quality is there for the price. Natasha Denona, I mean, if you like her palettes and you have a palette from her, you know that quality is always there. I think that both of them are beautiful. Both palettes have, you know, the heroes. And I feel like this eye look is very similar. The only thing is, yeah, Natasha Denona's eye is going to be a little bit more shimmery because her shimmers are actually very glittery, so they shine more when put it into the light and all that. But this one is a beautiful finish too. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish my face, and so we can do the lower lash and give you my final thoughts. So I'll be right back. Okay, let's finish the lower lash and we be done. So I'm going to go to lash line again from the Natasha Denona with a flat brush and do the bottom part, just very gently so I don't get fallout because I did my skin already. Perfect. And with the same brush, let me just clean it up. I'm going to get Cold Classic, which will be the shade that we were using from Colourpop. Do the same thing here. Okay. And with the same brush, I'm gonna keep cleaning and cleaning the brush. I'm gonna go with this brown that's called Smoke from the Natasha Denona, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to smoke this line here a little bit, so we erase the harsh lines here in the outer part of the eye. Make sure the harsh lines are not as visible, and we further blend a little bit the shade. And let me clean it. And from the Colourpop, I think it's going to be the one called Fickle Fate. And I'm going to do the same thing here, making sure that this is very smoked out. That's like what I wanted here in the outer part. Beautiful. And then I'm going to get a smaller brush and let's do a shimmer. I'm going to get the one that's called Inner Corner from the second row from Anastasia. I'm sorry, from Natasha. Wow, Anastasia. From Natasha Denona. And do the inner part in the bottom lid. So that gives us a little shine there. A little baba boom. Beautiful. I love that shade. It's gorgeous. And I'm going to clean this brush and take the shade I Dig It from Colourpop, which I think will do the same thing as the Natasha Denona. Wow, gorgeous too. Woof, beautiful. Look at that. It's definitely very similar to Natasha Denona's. So let me just do my mascara very quick and we go to the final look and I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, now that we're back, I'm going to add just one more thing and we'll be done, really done. With a brush like this, I'm going to take the shade the shade Brow Bone from Natasha Denona, and I'm going to apply here in the brow bone, as the name of the shade says. Just because I think I was missing something there, just to complete the look. And with the same brush, let me just clean it very quick. I'm going to take the shade Baby Doll, will be something similar to it. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Baby Doll is a little more pinkish, but they look very similar. I'm going to apply a little bit of I Dig It from Colourpop, just a tiny bit. And the same thing, I'm gonna do Inner Corner from Natasha Denona and apply a really tiny bit here. So yeah, that I think made it. That's it, guys. This is the final look. As you can see, they are very similar to each other. I don't think you're gonna see a difference right away when you see both eyes together. If a person that doesn't know about makeup or something like that, or doesn't know that I was doing two different eyeshadows on the same at the same time, like in each eye, is not gonna really look at the difference in between of them. But from the shades that I was using from each palette, I think these are the only ones that will be considered as a dupe, because Colourpop have a lot of other shades that Natasha Denona's palette doesn't have. And also Natasha Denona's palette has other shades that Colourpop palette doesn't have. So I wouldn't say that they are really a dupe to each other, whether you think that Natasha Denona is a dupe or vice versa. I don't think they are really a dupe. I do think that they are similar just because both palettes are cool tone palettes, and that's expected. I mean, cool tones are the same in every single palette that have come up to the market. So if you, for example, don't have the money to invest in Natasha Denona's one, then I will say the Colourpop would be a great investment, because you're gonna get a lot of what Natasha Denona was offering in that palette. But definitely, if you can afford the both, I will say get the both, because you're gonna get a lot of amazing shades from the Colourpop, and also from the Natasha Denona, you're getting a lot of quality. It will make you feel very expensive. Well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? If you have any questions about the two palettes, and if you got the palettes, if you have the both of them, if you have compared them, what do you think? I'm very interested in seeing what is that you guys think about it. Thank you so much. Again, subscribe to my channel, don't forget that. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, share with your friends, and that's it. See you next time. Bye bye. Yo. Yo.